Hi everybody and welcome back to Love What You Eat, mother-daughter duo cooking show. Always here with the other half, the duo, that's my mom.
Franca.
And today we are making something traditional, delicious, savory, perfect for Easter time. It is exactly an Easter dish. Today, Ma, what are we making?
An Easterpie called Torta Pasqualina.
And we will show you just how to make it coming up next
On Love What You Eat.
All right, so in order to prepare this dish, we have to start off by making the pizza dough. So we have a few simple ingredients. What do we have here?
We just have flour, lukewarm water, olive oil, a bit of salt, and activated yeast.
And in preparation of making this, we're just gonna start off by activating the yeast, blooming it, so to speak. So my mother's just gonna explain the process of that.
We'll add the yeast to a glass measuring cup. We'll add the warm water with the olive oil, give it a whirl, and we'll cover it with a little plate just to keep it warm so it will bloom faster.
And that takes about, you'll see it kind of start to be a little bit more frothy and thick at about 5 minutes or so. It's just to give it that little bit of time to just kind of like marry together. And that'll be the liquid that we add in with the flour and the salt to basically combine and make our pizza dough. So we'll take you in on a closer look to show you how to whip this up.
Pizza dough is ready. I covered it with plastic wrap. I'm going to cover it also with a tablecloth and put it in a warm spot in my place and let it rise till it doubles in size. It'll probably take about an hour. In the meantime, we'll prepare the filling.
Okay, so what you saw my mother do in the previous step was wash the spinach, add it to a deep dish pan, and then we basically just let that cook until it was wilted. It took about 10 minutes or so.
And if you see any hard, long stems, just remove them.
Yeah. And then afterwards, we put it in a colander over a bowl, just to let a little bit more of that liquid out. So your wilted spinach, let cool to the side about 10-15 minutes, because you're gonna be handling this. What you're gonna be doing is putting it through a cheesecloth, which is a very fine mesh. And you're gonna see my mom in the next step wringing it out, squeezing it, because you really wanna get this as dry as possible, not to basically end up wetting. You don't want a wet filling, because this is gonna be getting stuffed inside the pizza dough. Exactly. And then what we also have for the filling is full fat ricotta cheese, which is, this one already came strained, but if you get the ones in the store-bought that are a little bit more wet, let it sit for a few hours in a sieve or a colander over a bowl, just to remove a little bit more of that extra liquid. Then we have some Parmigiano cheese and eggs, some salt and pepper. This is going to be basically getting all mixed together and becoming our filling. And you'll see my mother just with a kitchen scissor, she's going to cut a little bit of the spinach just to make sure that they're proper bite size, but they were the small spinach leaves. So this is basically the base of our delicious savory filling. We are going to be taking you in on a closer look, and we're gonna get all this combined. All right, so there you go. You saw that the dough has risen, basically doubled in size. We had went ahead and generously greased a 9-inch.
Yeah, this is a 9-inch.
And then what we did, you saw my mom portion off 2/3, reserving 1/3 off to the side that we just quickly covered in plastic wrap because this will be our topping for after. So we basically spread out inside our pan the dough, making sure that you try to come up as much as possible
On the sides also.
and it can even overlap because
yeah.
you'll want that to pinch off for the crust.
It's a rustic pie.
What did we do afterwards? Then we filled it up.
Yeah,
we
we
added
put
the
the
filling, and now what we're going to do is we're going to be nestling in.
4 eggs.
And then how do we do that?
So we have to make 4 indentations. I'm using the back of a little measuring cup, but if you you could also use the back of a spoon. And be careful not to go too deep because you don't want to like ruin the bottom part of the pizza. So like just deep enough that the eggs could nestle.
Yeah, because they're going to be basically sitting level. So afterwards that we nestle in the 4, you're going to see my mom roll out the 1/3 of the last remainder of the pizza dough that we have here, and that's going to be the cover. We'll press around to form and seal around.
Yeah, you have to seal it definitely.
Exactly. We'll make a few slits just for the aeration, and we have a bit of reserved flour on the side because we're going to be rolling out the topping.
The top layer, yes.
Yes. And what else?
Then we'll brush it with a little bit of olive oil. Then it goes into a preheated 400-degree oven. 400-degree oven. I'll say that again. For about an hour.
So and also just a little tip, because this is a visual beautiful cake. So where you end up nestling in your eggs, if you want to give yourself a little bit of a guide so that afterwards where you cut, you have that beautiful shot of cutting through an egg and having the proper egg. I mean, you can add yourself maybe some toothpicks as a marker, or you can take a knife and give yourself a little indentation. I mean, if you really want the beautiful shot, if you're having people over and you want that nice slice, don't be afraid to give yourself a little marker in the top of the door with a bit of a toothpick. That's it. So we'll take you in on a closer look just to finalize this and get this baking off in the oven.
In the oven, we
Ready?
can't wait.
Okay.
Let's do this.
Oh, let's break a glass. And there we have it. Isn't this so nice? So if you do end up putting a little marker toothpicks or little slits or knowing where the yolk is, what you want to do is you want to cut in the middle of the egg so that you'll have a beautiful piece on each side is what you want to do. You want to cut through the egg.
Yeah, makes a nice presentation.
This is something that smells delicious when it bakes.
Yeah.
As always, the pizza dough, that bready type of smell that it gives off when baking, the ricotta, the spinach, the filling, so delicious.
The cheese.
The
Like,
cheese,
yeah, all of
and
it.
then your protein, your nice hard-boiled egg. We are going to give this a try. What do you say?
Definitely.
Yeah.
We worked hard at it.
Now you can eat this warm, as long as it's, you just want to give it the proper time just to cool, to transfer and flip over. But afterwards, you can eat it fully cold, rewarm it up as you wish. Bon appetito.
Buon appetito. Mm. It's really good. Buonissimo.
It's so rich and creamy.
Mm.
Nice thin high dough. This makes for the perfect quick lunch, quick snack.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, small pieces, appetizers, a meal on its own. I mean, you have your ricotta, your spinach, your egg. This is perfect, and also perfect for lunch or stuff like that. Perfect on the go.
Oh,
no mess.
definitely on the go, yeah.
This is hearty, healthy, budget friendly, so delicious. And we hope that you guys give this a try and have it on your table for your loved ones during the Easter holidays. Happy Easter to all.
Vi auguriamo una buona e santa Pasqua.
And as always, continue to
Love what you
eat. Bye for now.
Ciao, un abbraccio a tutti, buona Pasqua di nuovo.
Bye. This is so
Buonissimo.
I'm gonna go give some to my dog.
Mm. Ciao.